The Last of Us Part 1 isn't just renowned for its gripping narrative and intense gameplay, but also for its exceptional use of visual and environmental storytelling. Without fail, every time I play this game, I have to stop and admire the scenes and vistas that Naughty Dog created to make this game, and it always made me think that there is beauty in games, and that game development is an art, and not just a platform for people to pass time with. One of the most striking aspects of The Last of Us Part 1 is its environment and setting. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world where nature has begun to reclaim urban spaces. This setting isn't just a backdrop, it plays a crucial role in the storytelling. Take the deserted cityscapes and overgrown buildings, for instance. The Boston quarantine zone, with its crumbling buildings and streets overtaken by vegetation, tells a story of a world abandoned and left to decay. The lush vegetation overtaking crumbling skyscrapers and the dilapidated homes invoke a sense of loss and nostalgia. The contrast between the natural world and remnants of human civilization speaks volumes about the passage of time and the impact of the cordyceps infection on society. Consider how the game uses environmental storytelling through details. The interiors of buildings often contain clues about the lives that were once lived there. For example, in the Pittsburgh chapter, you come across a nursery with a child's drawings on the walls, scattered toys, and an unmade bed telling a poignant story about abrupt departure and loss. The way these details are presented, sometimes subtly, sometimes overtly, creates a deeper connection between the players and the world. The game also uses weather and lighting to enhance the mood. The eerie fog in the suburbs and the torrential rain during Joel and Ellie's escape from the city heighten the sense of tension and uncertainty. Different times of day and weather conditions affect the atmosphere, reinforcing the emotional tone of each scene. Character design in The Last of Us Part 1 is another vital element of its visual storytelling. The characters are designed with a level of detail that adds depth and realism. Joel and Ellie, the game's protagonists, are particularly well crafted. Their physical appearance, clothing, and even their facial expressions reflect their experiences and personalities. For instance, Joel's weathered appearance and worn-out clothing, like his flannel shirts and rugged boots, are indicative of his harsh life and emotional baggage that he carries. Ellie's evolving look throughout the game, from her innocent casual attire to her more rugged survivalist clothing, reflects her growth and the impact of her experiences, such as her jacket and backpack during the winter chapter. Animation plays a crucial role in conveying emotion and character development. The subtle movements, like Joel's tense posture when confronting danger, or Ellie's hesitant steps in a new environment, add layers of meaning to their interaction and reactions. These animations help to convey non-verbal communication, making the characters feel more lifelike and relatable. The game uses motion capture technology to capture realistic performances. The detailed animation and nuanced expressions, such as the tear-filled eyes during emotional confrontations, make the characters' emotions palpable, whether they're sharing a moment of tenderness or facing a brutal confrontation.
We are survivors!
This is our chance!
It is over, Tess!
Cinematic techniques in The Last of Us Part 1 elevate the visual storytelling to a whole new level. The game often uses cinematic camera angles and compositions to enhance narrative moments. For example, the use of close-ups during emotional scenes like Joel's final confrontation with Marlene helps to emphasize the character's feelings and intensify the connection between the players and the story. The game also employs dynamic camera movements and perspective shifts to guide the player's focus. Whether it's a slow pan across a desolate landscape like the view of the collapsed buildings in Pittsburgh, or a sudden jarring cut during an intense action sequence, the camera work enhances the emotional impact of the scenes. Lighting is another critical element. The game's lighting design is used to create mood and tension. Dark, shadowy environments such as the abandoned hotel basement evoke fear and uncertainty, while well-lit spaces like the serene sunlit giraffe scene offer a brief respite and highlight key moments. The interplay of light and shadows helps to draw the player's attention to important narrative elements and support the overall atmosphere of the game, but also makes you watch the dark corners of every surrounding, as you always know, as a player, that danger could be anywhere. Finally, let's touch on the thematic elements and symbolism in the visual design. The decaying world of The Last of Us Part 1 symbolizes the broader themes of survival, loss, and resilience. The contrast between the remnants of human civilization and the thriving natural world underscores the idea of nature's dominance over human achievements and the fragility of human life. The visual motifs such as the recurring imagery of broken structures and overgrown foliage, like the iconic overgrown highways and destroyed buildings, reinforce the game's themes of destruction renewal. The visuals aren't just about creating an immersive world, they're about enhancing the story and the themes that The Last of Us Part 1 explores. It makes you start to think if the cordyceps are humans' natural evolution, and if this is the way that nature is trying to fix itself, by force. In conclusion, The Last of Us Part 1 has beautifully detailed environments, amazing character design, thoughtful cinematic techniques, and thematic symbolism. Every aspect of the game's visuals contributes to its powerful narrative. It's a testament to how well-crafted visuals can elevate a story, create a truly memorable experience, and create such a work of art that it stands well on its own over a decade later, also making other artistic platforms create versions of it for more of the masses to enjoy. Let me know if you want to see my thoughts on Uncharted or any other visually stunning games. I always find it interesting that games are still a bit of a niche thing to get into nowadays, as other generations that didn't grow up with them still struggle to see them more than just a time waster, whereas they're much more than that, and this game certainly proves it.